Well, I hope I don't get stuck here. Try to get out. I need that highway. The highway is dry, but at least now everything is melting because it's +2. But I'm so long, man. See, now I'm trying to. This is a very gentle left turn.
Next right onto Continental Drive.
No, this will be tricky over here. It's very slippery.
In 300 meters, turn left onto 7 Mile Road.
Man. So yeah, I got stuck, by the way, at the shipper. Got stuck at the shipper because they didn't want to load on the road, because this thing, of course, my broker never told me this. It has grousers, like they call them ice. How did he say? Ice picks. So basically, it has a set of extra grousers. See, like, look at this. This is beautiful. Everything is melting. So now the last obstacle is I have to make that turn. And I already called the port of entry. There's a port of entry right here in Casper.
Next left onto 7 Mile Road, then turn right onto US 20 East.
Oh yeah, okay. I think we should be good. Look at this beautiful pavement. Yes, I made it. Well, actually not yet, because this is still pretty narrow over here.
Take the next right onto US 20 East, US 26 East.
What the? Son of a... Get stuck on the pavement. How is that possible?
Continue on US 20 East for 5 kilometers.
So yeah, yesterday, I'm gonna do a video about this. Yesterday I got stopped at the port of entry, and of course I got a warning. Well, I didn't get a ticket, but they gave me a warning for running through Montana with a Jeep, and with a Jeep made by JC Trailer. I think that was the gist of the warning was the Jeep is no good. Well, of course I'm joking, but... And this guy said, and I said, I'm in Wyoming. Like, why are we talking about Montana? Oh, this is also a Montana scale. Like, you know, very convenient, so they catch everybody. And so I paid $100 for the Wyoming permit, which, you know, I pre-ordered. I called them just like now. I called as a port of entry in like 5 kilometers. I gotta turn there, and the guy gave me a reference number, and they're gonna scale me. Oh yeah, I think they want all my lights on. But yesterday in Sheridan over there, yeah, I paid $100 for Wyoming. Montana was $40, so he sold me a useless permit. I said, am I getting a ticket, or what's the story? Why do I have to buy the permit? He says, well, if you wanna get a ticket, I'll give you a ticket. You know, like these guys, they really hate when you argue with them. Like they are the God, you know, the last instance of truth and fact. So gives me a warning, and I pay $40 for the Montana permit, and I'm already in Wyoming, right? Like, this is, I think it's illegal, you know? It's like giving somebody a prison sentence where, you know, the guy's in New York and you assume he did something somewhere else. Like, how do you know I went through Montana? You know? But of course, where do you come from, right? Like, you have to come from somewhere. So basically, if you don't have a Montana permit, he wants to see, let's say, South Dakota. If I came through South Dakota, and then they start, of course, that's not enough for them, right? $100 for that, 40 for this, warning. They want more, you know. You give them a finger, they try to bite half of your body, you know, not just an arm, but all legs, all arms. The guy says, where's your IFTA certificate? I start looking, you know, when they send you the sticker, right? When the IFTA sends you the sticker, there's a letter, and it turns out that letter is super important because that's your license. That's your IFTA license, and of course you have to carry it with you at all times, or they will send you to Siberia, to Siberian Gulag if you don't carry it. Well, this time the officer was in good mood. He didn't give me a ticket, he just made me buy the $15 one-time fuel permit. Like, as if I don't have, you know, like, you don't need to have these, you don't have to be a member of IFTA. You can just, you know, if you travel, if you don't want to pay, you know, like I pay, right, a lot of money for my international plate and stuff, but you can buy that fuel permit at every scale. Like, for, let's say you only do local stuff, and then, oh, that's where I got fuel today. I stopped here, it was beautiful. I think it was $3.54 is cash, but I think credit card price was $3.60 something. And so yeah, he makes me to pay $15 for a single trip permit, and I take a picture of the sticker. I have the IFTA sticker 2022, right, which I attached on the last day of 21. He says, no, that's not enough. So I say, then why do we bother putting stickers on? We can just keep that letter in the folder, you know, the letter you get together with the license and the sticker. No, it has to be on the truck. And again, he's getting really upset very quick as soon as I say something contrary to his, you know, beliefs. Unbelievable. So finally they let me go. Then I emailed IFTA office in Oshawa, Ontario. Asked him to send me a copy of that. I said, I misplaced it somewhere. I probably just threw out the envelope and I forgot to take the license, that sheet of paper out. It was a one-page document. And no answer, so I call them. I find their phone number. I call, I think I'm turning left here, yeah. So I call the office in Oshawa, and the guy was very helpful on the phone. I gave him my, you know, my IFTA number, my name, my address, so he could see on his computer that I paid, because you have to pay, I think it was $10 or $15, you know, a year for that IFTA sticker. And yeah, you see port of entry, next left. Where is it? And so he processed it and he says, we'll send it to you. I said, yeah, please send it by email. Because I said, I'm in Wyoming. Because here again, they might ask for it, right? Okay, how do I? Port of entry.
400 meters, turn left onto US 20 East, US 26.
I'm not sure. Son of a gun, I don't think it's here. I think I passed it. Is it here? It did say next left, right?
Turn left onto US 20 East, US 26.
Next left.
Continue on US 20 East for 3 kilometers.
Where's the port of entry, you son of a bitch? Unless they have the entrance from 25.
In 3 kilometers, take the exit towards Salt Creek Road.
Oh, my bad. Oh, you see, all the roads are dry. This morning I got up at like 6 o'clock local time, but I waited a couple of hours because it was still dark and the sunrise was at 7:30, and the snow just ended at 6 o'clock. It was snowing pretty good, and so I decided to wait a little bit till they. Okay, here we go. I decided to wait a little bit till they clear the snow, and it was still a bit scary. You know, the road was covered in ice and snow between Sheridan and Buffalo, and then again halfway between Buffalo and Casper. Like, it was just like, you know, you're driving on a skating rink, but for some reason it was plowed. I think they put some salt in, so I didn't feel any you know, spinning motion. But now, well, it was +3, now it's -1. Okay, so I think it's this road here. That's the port of entry, and then I'm just, my goal today is just to drive 2 hours. That's it. I'm tired. Just drive 2 hours to I-90, because there's a couple of truck stops in there, but they're not very big. But hopefully I'll have space in there.
Meters, take the exit towards Salt Creek Road.
Yeah, if not, if there's no parking space, I'll just go to the rest area.
Take the exit towards Salt Creek Road. In 500 meters, turn left onto Wyoming 254 North Salt Creek
I think,
Highway.
okay, now I know where it is. It's over there. It's on that side. So now we're gonna cross the bridge, and there's a big parking lot in there. And actually GPS is correct.
Turn left onto Wyoming 254 North Salt Creek Highway.
And then I'm guessing I'm going this way. Yeah, that's the ramp. Come on, guys, let's go. Anyway, I probably should shut down the camera. We'll continue later. So $300. Wyoming permit. And this time I didn't get any warnings or any tickets. The only issue she found was they scale me, right? And she says, "You tried them." Like the steer axle is 17,760. The truck is 28,160. So I gotta move back probably again the Jeep backwards. And then the Jeep is 29,040. Hello? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? No, yeah, everything is good. Yeah, I saw your voice message, but I was busy. So yeah, all is good. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, the load link. Canadian load board. She left me a message. I saw the actual transcript of the message. I think it's this way, right? No, wait a second. Son of a gun. 254. I think she wants me to go this way. 254. Well, if they give me a ticket, they'll give me a ticket because what a strange thing she found was that my the trailer, the Tridem in the back, was at 64,000 pounds, which is okay here. I think they allow 65, but the rear, the booster, was 5720. I don't understand. And I think what I did wrong is I put the pin, you know, instead of at the bottom there, I put the pin at the second hole on in the second part. And so I thought my overall amount of holes was 8, where in fact it was 7. And so I moved it down, so basically I increased it by 2 holes to 9. So now the airbags are much bigger. But yeah, something is still going on with that axle because I have to adjust it manually. Like the pressure, you know. Yeah, that's 25 over there. Yeah, I'm not, because I could have gone that way and grabbed that ramp, but then I checked and it says 254. I see, lucky everything is dry. And she gave me an option, you know, she asked me about the route. She says, you want to go on 25 to 90? Because I said, my next permit is South Dakota. I have to leave Wyoming on 90, because that's where I'm entering, right? South Dakota. And she says, you want to do a shortcut or you want to go on I-25? And I'm like, what? You want me to do a shortcut with an excavator? And she says, well, there's this highway 250. I think she said 250. Was it maybe even this one, 254? I don't know. I said, I have no idea. I said, which one is safer? She says, 25 is safer. I said, that's where I'm going. I'm not trying to, you know, gain here, you know, 10 minutes, but risk the danger of getting stuck. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, it says 254. You see, right, turn right on 254 north.
In 600 meters, turn right onto Wyoming 254 north.
I hope it's not very sharp. Yeah, I see 25. The bridge is 17.1. That should be okay.
Take the next right onto Wyoming 254 north.
North. Uh-oh.
Turn left onto the I-25 north ramp. Continue for 800 meters.
Yeah, man, such a big difference from this morning. So basically everything melted. There was so much ice and snow, it wasn't even funny. I cannot believe this. So now it's what, like 6 hours later? Everything is dry. And so the gross weight is 145,480. 145,480. So that's pretty heavy, you know? Yeah, that's why, of course, that's why exactly why I'm getting stuck, right? There's too much weight on the steer axle, but not enough on the drives. So I definitely want to move. Yeah, I'm gonna move it backwards. The problem is then when you move it backwards, you become longer, like overall length, right? And I have to disconnect my hoses because now I put them, you know, that bar where my air hoses are connected, and so they're pretty long. But if I go this way, I'll have to hook them up somewhere to the frame. And last time I tried to do that, that PTO hose got scratched. So now I bought some repair tape, you know, that self-welding repair tape. I was waiting for weather like this when it gets warm, so I can climb in there and wrap a tape around it, right? And it becomes part of the hose basically. So because it's not a hole, it scratched the rubber surface of the hose. Wyoming is sure is beautiful, especially further down. There'll be lots of, you know, rocks on both sides. But here is like all the way to Buffalo, right? Buffalo, Wyoming. It's gonna be pretty much straight. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave you guys here. So again, I'll try to find parking at that small truck stop in Buffalo, but it only has 16 spots listed. So I cannot back into a space. I'm too long. So like this one where I got fuel at a pretty good price, there was a spot right before you enter the pumps. There was a very wide turn, and so I know that if I park there, a similar spot, I wouldn't be in the way. And this next few days is going to be warm. It's going to be above freezing, above 0 C. Oh, another good news for you guys. Somebody sent me a message asking if I can move something from New Hampshire. I know what it is. It's a big, what they call them, chipper, like kind of like an excavator, except it turns wood into chips. They use it to create, high quality chips, and then they go to paper factories to make paper. But I'm doing this trip now, right? Like the weather can be pretty bad going north. You never know. I'm gonna go through South Dakota and then through Minneapolis, St. Paul towards Wisconsin, but I'm gonna stay on the Minnesota side. And so I told this lady that what in my quote, I said, I'll be busy for the next 2 weeks, because I also got a call from Landstar, and I think I worked with this guy before, but anyway, I'm a approved Landstar carrier, right? Like I'm already on their computer. So what I like about working with Landstar as an independent carrier is that it's the same as working with a broker that you already worked with before, you know. You just update your insurance maybe. Quite often they get updated insurance automatically. And so yeah, since I move a bunch of loads for them at least a few times a year. And this is the load, I might have mentioned this before, it's one of those crazy, like a railroad machine, but it has tires. The guy says, he swears I don't need a rail trailer. He says, no, you can load it, you just need a couple of 4x4s. I don't know. The price went up by a couple of $1,000 compared to last time it was there. And but this one is going to Saskatchewan. So I cannot get away. See, like I'm doing like this zigzag, right? Like I went from Ohio, no, I went from Ontario to pretty much Pittsburgh area, but just west. What is it? Virginia, West Virginia? No, Ohio. It was Ohio, yeah. No, wait. Where did I deliver my excavator? Oh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I delivered the excavator in Pennsylvania, and then I drove 300 miles to that town just west of Pittsburgh on the Ohio side. And that took me like 14 days to get to Alberta, right? So now I drove empty to Casper, Wyoming, 900 something miles. And now this baby goes to Dorian, Ontario, which is between Thunder Bay and Nipigon. So it's Ontario, all right, but it's still like 2 days away from my yard in Toronto. It's the very end of Ontario. Well, no, not the very end, but you know, it's up there. And so this next load, I'm loading in Missouri, and I'm going to Saskatchewan. So basically it's like I'm trying to get back east, you know, home, but it's like I do one step forward, 2 steps back, right? So the Western Canada, they always try to drag you in there, because once you start doing loads here, you see all the loads eventually start going back. But now I have the Canadian load board, so now I have access to more loads. So there might be something from Saskatchewan directly to Ontario. You never know. But yeah, Saskatchewan, man, in January it can be pretty cold again. And this thing, the guy was happy. I said, hey, I have a Jeep and booster. I said 9 axles, and it says, oh, that's perfect, because we are told this machine is 102,000 pounds, so it might be a bit heavy for 8 axles, depending how heavy your trailer is. So that's what I'm doing. So now we're getting towards the border. They assure me that this thing does not require 72-hour notice. I said, well, if I'm stuck at the border, there'll be some penalties. The guy says, no, don't worry about it. I said, okay. And then I of course I asked the broker to ask the shipper to make sure the machine is clear. And the broker's response, I mean clean. And the broker's response was, yeah, I told them they will take care of you. So the guy drives the excavator. I see like chunks of ice and snow, and I thought maybe it was just ice, but I see underneath there's a bunch of dirt. And so I took a picture, sent it to the broker. I said, they didn't wash the machine, so I'll try to clean it up a little bit myself, like with a small shovel. But I said, we might have a problem at the border. But hopefully I'll hit snow on the way to the border, so snow will cover everything. Like that whole machine will be covered in snow. You cannot see anything, so Basically, don't sweat it. That's how you live long, right? Don't sweat it. And you see here, the pavement is still wet, right? Because we're getting into this high elevations. Why is my truck heating up, you know? I don't have my AC on. Oh yeah, it was a pretty long hill. Yeah, this morning driving this way, I see a guy in a car. He drives like, 80 kilometers an hour, flashing lights because there's snow everywhere. There's ice, snow, like you cannot see the shoulders, you cannot see the white line. It was pretty dangerous, like what they call winter conditions. But the road is not slippery. I don't feel any spin, any wheel spin, and so I just flashed my left signal, passed him. That's probably the only car I passed was that scared car driver on the way here. Well, so now you're up to date. I might do 2 videos today because I only uploaded the one from Alberta when I was crossing into US, and then yesterday I did the video about the up to Sheridan, and today's video of course is about loading and a little bit of driving. So I might do 2 videos, but I'll try to make them short because of course people get tired when you start uploading hour-long blockbusters. So thanks for watching. Please wish me good weather. This part of the country can be scary in winter. And so yeah, as soon as I deliver over there in Ontario, I'm driving right back. But this time I'll probably load the Jeep because I have the excavator. I'll just ask him to let me use the machine to load the Jeep on the deck, because I'll have to double check the distance, or maybe I'll just buy permits. That's okay too. Like Montana permit for running empty was only 40 bucks. Because I'm just long, So we'll see. Alright, this is the beginning of the next trip. Hopefully deliver with no issues and then get back to Kansas City, Missouri, load that railroad machine on tires and take it to Saskatchewan. Sounds good? Ciao.